Hello. God, that microphone is so quiet. The funny thing is, I've been working on uploading a bit more content recently, so I can get rid of some of the old files and like that. I've been checking out my. I checked out. I need to know which episode of Dredge I was downloading, and it was the first one because I was like, I hadn't done it yet, and I need to know if this is the first one, and I haven't missed any. But I was listening to myself talk, and I was so fucking quiet. Damn, how has anyone been able to just listen to me for this whole time with my voice barely being audible? Damn, I feel bad for thinking of that people have been just I mean, naturally it depends how good of a hearing one has, but it's I honestly feel bad for having the audio so damn low. Wow, that was close. I hope it's better now, because I really don't. Oh, you bastard. Sorry, because I really hope that I'm actually understandable. That sentence there, or attempt at speech, is already enough proof that I really am probably incredibly difficult to listen to, and I don't particularly blame anyone for struggling to understand me. And I can't even say that sorry, English no good, because I should be capable at talking it. But well, everybody does think that they're all capabilities, and mine are limited. However, so well, actually, I think I think I gotta keep rambling on for a little bit still, because as it's probably quite noticeable from the title of the stream, and maybe from the YouTube video as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna title that as anything special yet. This is by the way gonna be one thing I'm gonna say though is I'm gonna say a lot of things. Nobody worry, I'm gonna keep talking. That I have actually now reached. This is gonna be episode 71 of Hollow Knight. It's been now. I think if my calculation is correct, I spent about 40 episodes, almost exactly, I think, doing mostly just gauntlet stuff, or the fucking bad kill stuff. But yeah. So if anybody, so I reached the funny number 69. Just a couple days ago when I was uploading, some of last week's mods. Yeah, last week's. Like naturally my pace is slowed down due to old age. In other words, saying that, meaning that that's not mean that at all. But what I actually meant to say is that I've been playing so many other games that my upload that I have not been focused. I have not been tunnel visioning on Hollow Knight. Oh, you bastard! I did such a sorry. Let's talk about the game. Okay, so since I mentioned that, I think I need to explain as to what's the deal with what's the catch with the title. So last week, I had an idea. I was going to make an actually themed, like somewhat of a themed, not particularly, like themed is a bit too strong of a word. But I had a plan for my stream. I actually was like, I was supposed to, like, I actually had ideas. I had aspirations, can you believe that? And due to certain circumstances, I ended up talking about. Okay, I'm like making no progress here. I don't know what I'm doing. I just gotta do this. So that now I know what I'm doing. But I wasn't gonna supposed to focus on the game. I'm trying my hardest. Oh wow. So I was supposed to. For due to reasons that I'm not gonna go into because I actually don't quite remember anymore too well. I spent a lot of time talking about matters that I normally would talk on stream. Specifically while streaming Hollow Knight. So I had this, you know, devious idea. Why would I not make a really properly planned, you know, stream about the topic, about the matter, you know, to really, you know, like instead of being like, oh, I mean, I've been talking about this for so long, like, you know, I'm that like, I'm gonna tire myself, I'm gonna tire everybody listening, you know, talk about the same matters. I went the opposite direction. I absolutely was not having any of that. And proceeded to prepare a stream, like a team stream, by the way. And so I started doing research on what I'm gonna talk about. I started like looking up. I actually started like looking up shit. I was actually, you know, doing all sorts of preparation for the stream, and I was actually quite excited. Unfortunately, due to changing circumstances, I was unable to, at the end of the day, deliver on that, you know, on that plan. And that naturally resulted into me. Well, I mean, because I was unable to deliver on stream at all on the day. Which, well, I mean, naturally, sometimes that happens. I'm only human too. Sorry, I'm not human Mountain Dew, but sometimes I feel as unhealthy as that. But the idea was that I would properly prepare myself, like a bunch of things I'm gonna talk about. Or like not a bunch of things, but I was gonna focus around one topic and properly explaining and properly construct like a, well, I mean, no, it's not a discussion because it's just me talking by myself here, anyways. But the idea was I was gonna have like a actually well-rounded, well-designed, you know, idea for a stream, which would be something new. It would be less of a I'm gonna talk about whatever comes to mind, and actually gonna talk about like something that I already had on my mind. And and this stream is supposed to be that. This is like my goal for this stream is to deliver on that idea. Unfortunately, due to it being almost a week since I actually prepared the material, and I didn't actually. Not only did I end up having very little chance to actually prepare any material, like I also kind of lost motivation, and that's why it's not gonna be as. I'm hyping it. I mean, I don't know if anybody is really particularly hyped up for the idea. I don't think anybody particularly watches these streams where, you know, any actually. Wow, that was unlucky. Any actual discussion or like that, like. Because naturally, I'm not a professional of any kind in any. Well, there are topics that I, for some reason, qualify as an expert, even though I have no expertise, you know, on the matters, really. Regardless, normally when I talk, it's just things that I, you know, just find online. And, because I suffer from a condition where I cannot stop browsing Reddit whenever I have the window to do that. And that will, you know, lead me finding a whole bunch of all sorts of weird drama, all sorts of weird, you know, topics, all sorts of weird matters that people see necessary to, you know, post online about, and overall, just it's weird being me at times.
They are mine.
And I'm pretty comfortable with it at this point, but I just figured that, you know, I figured that I would actually do something a little different. So, and
sorrow.
So yeah, I have an entire. Well, I had like a. I guess you could say like a skeleton of a draft of a speech of a matter of a topic, and well, I'm not a person that is qualified as to actually deliver important discussions on anything not related to Star Wars, pretty much, or League of Legends. And even those are normally completely opinion-based, so, you know, I don't have a whole lot of say in them either. Regardless,
They are mine.
Okay, you're gonna die soon. Sorry, I'm not supposed to talk about the guy. But yeah, so yeah, so I've been meaning to, like, so I wanted to do something different. And I know I've spent now 13 minutes already rambling about how I'm gonna do something and haven't really started. Mostly because I kind of asked a little bit of a, I don't know, warm-up. I don't know what this is, but I just wanted to ramble a little bit at the start before I get into the topic, mostly because I'm also trying to refresh my memory. How much can I remember, and how well can I actually preface this matter? Because it's something that I want to keep like a proper train of, you know, thoughts going. That has been very impossible for me for a while, because for some reason all I can think of are crickets and them flying on a plane. And that is... The more I do it, the more real it becomes, and that is a terrifying part. However, for this stream, I want to, you know, I want the plane to actually reach a destination. Is what I'm trying to say in the most inconvenient. Actually, that's not that's it. Well, it's what I'm trying to say, which is another way for me to say that like I want to actually keep my, you know, speech flowing with as little interruptions as possible. Which I know I won't be able to do. I'm already, you know, way too focused on the game itself. And that's gonna come bite me in the ass. And I'm comfortable with that. Okay, that it sounds really weird when I say it that way, but like I mean that, you know, it's not something like, it's not a grand scheme of mine that I'm like, oh, I need to succeed or otherwise, you know, the fucking mob's gonna take off my legs or something like that. I don't know where that came from. I watched a lot of Sims. I have watched a lot of Sims. Honestly, if anybody ever wonders where most of my inspiration comes from, it's from, you know, American cartoons. One could argue that. Now, one could blame them for what's wrong with me, but in all honesty, I can't possibly give anything that much credits. A single source of, you know, a single forum or source of media is not enough to explain what the fuck's going on with me. And oh wow, that hit me. So however, I am once again game drifting on things. But whatever that means, really. I mean, look, I know what Badum means. I am such a fucking mess. I mean, that's what I. Speaking of mess, I really need to, you know, after. Holy I have time. I have opportunities. I have chances. And someday I will have aspirations again. I hope. Not quite sure on that yet. That kind of, you know. Oh boy. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna keep rambling on a little bit longer. I'm guaranteed that I'm ready. Well, because I have a lot of things going on in my mind right now. First of all, I'm very, like, I know I'm not supposed to talk about the game, but I am very happy playing Hollow Knight again. It has become such a weird tradition that, to me, that, it feels weird not playing it for a bit. And I should be worried about that. I most definitely should be worried about that. However, I'm not one to worry about things that I can't affect. To a degree. But, that's once again besides the point. The point is on the fact that I was supposed to ramble. Yeah, I was supposed to ramble now so that I don't ramble too much later on. So I get all that out of my system. And some things I wanted to ramble on were, first of all, it's fascinating for me to, like, I had a fascinating day today. It's like, so for context, I'm starting work on Friday, and I'm not gonna be streaming on Friday either. And I'm gonna be on Thursday, already adjusting my schedule a little, so I might be streaming a little early. Not much, because I mean, at the end of the day, I do this to end my day, and I'm gonna end my days around the same time anyways. Like, I'm a horrible sleeper. I'm not sure if that's exactly the message I was trying to convey with that, but it is the message I ended up saying. So, the idea is that I'm gonna be going through law change and such. Um, so I'm gonna be so I've been this whole week is pretty much gonna be just me doing preparations for me, you know, starting work. I am partly absolutely terrified of actually entering work life, especially because I've been doing so little for so long, so today I went to visit my parents. With the intention of I wanted to I only went there because I wanted to check out. I mean, actually, I wanted to see my family before, you know. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to talk to you. Yeah. I know all this. I'm gonna die in one hit. Thank you very much. I know exactly just how meager I am. But yeah, I went there with the intention of just picking up like a couple because check out some shirts that I have not worn in a while. And that I did. So I ended up like when I left my parents' place, I ended up having a completely new look, like absolutely new look. Where like I came home with a new jacket, new shoes, new gloves, stuff like that, and these were like things that nobody needed, and so I was just like, so I just picked up, you know, a couple things here and there, and I even have a new bag. I've been wearing the same bag for like, I don't know, fucking 8 years or something like that. Or wearing the same bag. I think that sounds a bit weird. I think so, at least. I haven't put into use yet because it was only a few hours ago and I've been very tired since. Because riding a bicycle in the wintertime is fucking tough. So I'm gonna assume that's gonna be, you know, visible on this stream as well. But yeah, so I feel like I'm just laughing about the fact that like I look completely different. I look completely unrecognizable the whole day today. Wow. That was such a good run. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Shouldn't focus on that. Okay, now I know better. They have a second stage. They actually have a second stage. And that move is not a stagger move. It's not, you're not supposed to heal during that. I know better now. I'm very happy about that. I fucked up just because of that, but that is a lack of knowledge, not a lack of, you know, skill, I feel like. But I should not get too cocky either. Man, God, that felt so good. I would be lying if I wasn't absolutely thrilled for myself, and I know I'm not supposed to talk about the game, but god damn it. But yeah. yeah, so I came home with a completely new setup, and I was just, it's so funny because like, I mean, I don't know, I don't think it's particularly I think this is something that only I find amusing, because it's like my looks are something that I have never particularly, you know, paid much attention to, because I'm not particularly, you know, conveniently oopsie like let's just say looks have never been something that I've much paid attention to, just because like I don't personally feel particularly #blessed on that regard, and I don't, you know, and it's something that I don't particularly care for. Like it's I work with what I got, and why, you know, worry about things that you can't affect. But I don't need to talk about, you know, I'm not trying to talk about poor self-image here or like that. I think, actually, my message here is that I'm completely comfortable, like, regardless what, you know, regardless what I may or may not look like, I'm pretty confident with myself. I'm not confident. Okay, now, this is a complicated thing, because, like, confidence, confidence is something that, like, it shows in so many different levels. It shows in many different levels. And, I don't normally like to brag about myself, and that is a mix of poor confidence or self-image confidence. I don't know what it is exactly that drives me that much. Perfect way to describe myself. However, it's not something I also worry too much about, because like I don't know. I'm like, it's a weird topic. I know this is completely off topic also. This is not what I'm planning on talking about. But I did say that I want to ramble a little bit, and you know, considering I still have like 1.5 hours to stream left. Hopefully I have time. Yeah, sorry, I just find it funny because like I can't say that I would be confident in this individual. I'm like, I guess just comfortable enough to acknowledge myself as what I am and who I am, and like that. And now I know that that's completely irrelevant. Once again, I'll point out the fact that I know just how weird worthless it is for me to talk about this matter, but you know, I kind of am now in the considering, you know, having a very good run. I'm feeling a bit hyper, you know, like I'm feeling better than I probably should be for my own sake. However, yeah, so I can't just start a sentence with like I can't just trail off on a sentence and then be like, yeah, anyways, I guess nothing stops me. I just did. Like, watch me do it again. Yeah, it's just a dumb thing to say. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling about the whole confidence stuff now because I think I'm losing my fucking mind over it. And I'm gonna go into the topic that I've been meaning to discuss because I feel like it's an important topic. But before that, I'll actually say thank you, Saletsky, for a follow that apparently appeared 3 hours ago. I don't know why anybody would drop me a follow off stream, but you know, I appreciate it. And I hope that you're not expecting more Dredge, because I'm done for Dresper now. For the time being, I will return back to the game. But right now, I'm returning back to my roots. Well, roots would be more Mage Seeker, but I have nothing for that game, so I'm not playing it either on stream. I'm missing like one note from that, but then I broke the save, so you know, that was neat. I can't believe I actually did like a nervous laughter there at the end. This does not warrant such. Like I'm not feeling that. Like it's whatever. I loved the game. It was a great experience. Honestly, it was a wonderful experience. I'm so happy I had it. I'm happy I chose that to be like my first playthrough on stream because I think it was a great experience. But yeah, so I think that's that's about it. I'm gonna get into the topic now that I've been meaning to discuss. And the topic, okay, I'm gonna start off with a little bit of a tangent, just a tiny bit. It's not much, but like a little bit. And this tangent is about something I'm not sure. I think I mentioned this before. In case I have not, so in Spider-Man 2, regarding the new Spider-Man game that came out like a month ago, I think. I think I've said this about this on stream, but there was this picture circling the internet of somebody making a video. I do not know from who. I do not care from who. Mostly because, to my understanding, this video was rather hateful by nature, and I think the original video where this thumbnail was from is an actual, like, it's intended to be a hateful video. And naturally, I do not wish to support people creating hateful content. I know that it's sometimes difficult to, you know, avoid doing that because, like, people need to kind of be like what the fuck can you do if, you know, you want to find out about something and then, you know, your own sources, you know, like something negative. It's like, you know, supporting tabloids by clicking on them, on their articles, because they're the only ones that cover the topic, but then you notice that, you know, all this shit is bullshit. And then you're like, well, what the fuck am I doing here at the end of the day? And then like, now I just gave them extra clicks for, you know, nothing. And that sucks. But like, sometimes we don't have the vast world of internet is sometimes limited on matters, and like, and we sometimes accidentally stumble upon, you know, hateful or, you know, hurtful or hateful material. Hello, Creative Semia, if I pronounced your name right. I'm sorry if I did not. I'm not particularly familiar with the pronunciation of a Y and A, like being like for one another, because I think there's dialect and aerial differences in that, and also as well as, you know, language, depending on language and like that. But like, hello, nice seeing a new face in this chat. Always a pleasure. Oh, I got it right. That's very nice. I completed by accident. I'm doing fine. Just playing some Hollow Knight and trying something new with talking about stuff. I mean, I talk on every stream. It's not like I have a... God, anybody that has watched my streams for long enough will know that I have no quiet moments really, except for when I get really focused on something. And at this point, I don't think I will be having those moments, because I've been trying this challenge for so long that it's like... I'm like... pretty much, you know, it's my second nature to both play this and fail at this. And... honestly, I'm just happy with that. Yeah, I mean... yeah, that's what I'm trying. That it's, ow. Holy shit. I completely missed that one. But yeah, like, so as I started saying, the, so there's this funny... This funny thumbnail that has been circling around the internet since, I think it's been about since the release of the new Spider-Man game. And in case I have not mentioned it on stream before, I mean, regardless have I mentioned it or not, it technically, it's a picture of Venom from the new, you know, Spider-Man game. Did I say game or movie last time? I don't remember, but I knew it meant the video game, Spider-Man 2, you know, a game that everybody has been, well, almost everybody has been loving, and the reason why this is essential is because of the people that don't love it. The most of the people that don't seem to love it. I mean, I try to. I don't always talk too good, but I appreciate the kind words. And wow, fucking Galileo right there, like that. Okay, so it's a picture of a Venom from the new Spider-Man 2 game, and it's on. There's a pride flag on the background, and it just says "gay" in a. I don't remember what font it is, but it's like a fancy font, and I think it's hilarious. The problem is that, to my understanding, the original video is actually, you know, it's one of those things where people complain about how quote-unquote woke the game is, and that's something that I actually want to talk about. I know I've discussed about this multiple times on stream, so many times. It's actually, it's like, so the thing is, this happened to be something that I just always end up talking about. No, I don't actually stream on other platforms. I know that YouTube nowadays would be a rather solid platform. I tried something called D-Live when I was setting up my streaming things, like, a few years ago. And I had one stream, I did not like the platform, and, like, nothing personal, I just didn't seem like... it wasn't my thing. But I only stream on Twitch. But I do have a YouTube channel where I upload my VODs for, you know, safety keeping purposes. But yeah, so I talk on multiple streams about, you know, this whole woke discussion in video games and like that, because I love, first of all, I love inclusivity. I think it's the bread and butter of, you know, media. That, you know, everybody, that, you know, while not all media is supposed to be for everybody, naturally, I think the idea that everything is, you know, like, there is stuff for everyone to appreciate, is very important. It's like, why would one group of people get to enjoy things that... never really, thought about it. I've heard of it, and I don't think I've heard anything negative about it, but... this whole Twitch thing has been just working out quite well. Like, it's a platform I'm familiar with, and, you know, like, I don't really have a... I guess I just don't really... I haven't really thought about that, especially because, like, I do this as a hobby. I don't want to complicate things too much, and I get easily overwhelmed when I start, you know, doing too many things at once. And So I'm mostly just kind of keeping things simple, much like not having much visual things, visual aspects on. Like I don't really edit videos either. I do like minor things if I need to fix things, because some VODs have audio problems, or then sometimes they cut off and like that. Well, I mean, I'll check it out at least, sure. Like, because I'm not familiar with the platform, I should definitely check this out. Like, I think a big thing with Twitch, though, is the fact, this actually has been a matter of debate for a while, that how, I mean, Twitch has achieved this, level of being, the popular streaming site. So, while I know there's been a lot of controversies regarding Twitch as well, and, I'm not well enough versed to actually have much of an opinion on those matters, because I don't know how much has changed. So, wow, I just ate that orb. I just devoured the soul power, not in a good way. But like, so Twitch has kind of just always been that like, oh, I mean, why wouldn't I use Twitch? But like, I do think that it's important they are competitors. I mean, I play, well, recently I've been playing a lot of different things. Like, I just finished Dredge, the horror fishing game. God damn it. As well as, shit, what else did I keep forgetting. Yeah, I played Signalis, which was like a survival horror kind of thing. I play very bizarre games, is pretty much what it's bizarre, and it's like, okay, naturally, Hollow Knight is a very popular game. So, it's not like, they're not like bizarre or obscure in the sense of like people don't know them, just games that are just kind of, they deal with a lot of weird stuff. And I think I love that about them. Like, for example, Hollow Knight just being a fucking, well, Texas Chainsaw, because I actually, initially I started with Dead by Daylight. Like, that was the first thing I streamed on Twitch. And I streamed for a good while, a couple years ago. And then I ended up taking I was put in a bit of a position where streaming was a bit more difficult for me. And, thus I took a break, and now I'm back, and I was like, Dead by Daylight is something I definitely want to stream again someday, but I have so many things that I want to, so many things that I actually just find a bit more exciting to stream, especially since, like, I only do this like 2 hours a day about, so it's not, wow, damn it. So, wow, what the fuck? I did not come, I didn't mean to go that way. Like, so I like playing this kind of single player, oh my god, I am a fucking idiot. I like playing single player, like, adventure stuff, because it's just kind of, there's something oddly relaxing about it, and because you can kind of focus on them by yourself, and you can interrupt the chat better, you have a lot more, like, I feel like you just have like a bit more agency. Oh my god, I am playing bad right now. I'm not gonna make waste, that's this again. Oh fuck! Ah, that's my bad. Man, I fell for the stupid pattern again. Okay, I should have actually realized how that was gonna go, because they started dashing on top of me directly, so I was naturally just gonna die if I should have changed direction, but I was too stubborn to do anything. But I'm trying not to talk about what I'm playing too much. What was I saying again? Yeah, I think I forgot already what I was talking about. Oh yeah. I like playing this kind of games, honestly, a lot. Because Hollow Knight actually has been... It's been this weird sweet spot where it's like, it's a single player game. Well, I mean, I'm happy to hear about that. Like, I kind of always have the attitude that I try to my best of my abilities, you know, like, I try to interact with chat like that. Damn, I actually fucked that up. I mean, I'm glad to hear, you know. Someone's enjoying. Like my train of thought is a fucking mess most of the time, so I know it's probably at times it's very difficult to keep up with me. Because I start talking about nonsense and I mean, there's just something about nonsense that I just so much enjoy. I mean, to anybody that feels like likes that, you know, disagree with what is nonsense and what is not. With nonsense, I mean that, like, things that are completely unrelated to the current situation, or that are not like popular discussion matters. Because I like, it might be unfair for me to call those nonsense, because, like, I mean, I think it's a bit unfair towards myself even, but I just think that it's just a good way to describe it, especially because I mean it's a not a hurtful kind of nonsense. It's a good kind of nonsense, like a relaxing kind of stuff. You know, just talking about whatever kind of comes to mind and how things be. Well, I mean, the big reason is I don't particularly, you know, I don't see the need to, because this is after all, this is just a hobby. I'm currently waiting to start working and finishing my studies, and so this is just something I do for fun, and I don't want to put too much brain power into actually, you know, too much brain power or otherwise resources, you know. And I do think that, you know, as much as I appreciate the meaning behind those words, I feel like, you know, already 20 is way too high of an estimation. Because I don't know. Because this is not something that I do particularly too seriously. This is just my way to, you know, wind down after, or, you know, well, yeah, wind down after, you know, after a long day, or sometimes no day, or just something I do for fun. So I don't want to start thinking about it as anything, like, before I have any reason to, which I get that it's a funny thing, because I mean, yeah, like, I get that, you know, like, I don't mean to get stuck on it. It's just that it's wow, I have never made that mistake before. But yeah, I guess my simple explanation, because like people sometimes ask, like, you know, why don't I, you know, put money into this, you know, or like why do I not, like why do I use such incredibly poor visuals for the stream? And the reason for that, wow, I just completely froze there. That was such a bad move, but I was having a bad run anyways. I expected them to move backwards, but they did not. Wow, okay, first time that happens. But, yeah, so how would I say? I'm just going kind of, you know, trying to take a day at a time in life, and, no, I mean, that's true. Like, I understand that, but also, like, the problem is that, like, right now on from a monetary aspect, you know, I don't exactly have the money to spend. No, I mean, I understand that. Like, I mean, gaming has been my hobby, and trust me, I have used a lot of money on gaming. And this was just in a really funny way. Like, streaming is just like an upgraded version of that, where I'm like, to a degree, it's something that it's a way for me to make playing games feel a bit more engaging, and I can pretend that I'm doing something, you know, useful for myself by thinking that I'm practicing my speech, and which I am. One of the main reasons I started streaming was because I wanted to get better at talking. Which might sound like a really weird thing for somebody above the age of 4 to say, but I just, you know, wow, where were they going? I haven't seen that in like 100 runs, and that is funny that I actually can say that. But like, especially this, considering like, ooh, I hope my controller is not dying. I realize I never actually changed my batteries, because it's not actually a like, I don't think it's a battery related problem that I've been having. It's just the fact that my controller is a bit old, and it no work too well. But, man, crazy to think that 3 years is old. But, well, yeah, I think I got lost in thought there. Now, I did have a whole plan for the stream I was supposed to talk about, but I think right now I think I'm gonna get my bearings back anyway, so I guess I could talk about streaming for a bit. I know this is something I talk about like every week, and I talk about it like all day every week. All day, many days, many week is the better way to put it. Oh my god. Yeah, it just, I think it's just so funny that like, oh my lord. Certainly has this fun aspect to it where it's a, because I feel like, where it's like, you can do quite a lot with quite little. I think it's especially impressive with how like so for example, I've been today watching one of my favorite YouTubers. I would probably actually put them as my favorite YouTuber. Only YouTuber. like the very YouTuber that only does YouTube. Well, I mean also Twitch. I guess they stream as well. But I've been watching them play Lethal Company, which is a new game. But it's like a month old now, and it's technically the next Among Us. And naturally, it's not really my type of game because I don't really play party games. So I need friends for that. Wow. And but it's fascinating because like now while it's not a free game, but it's one of those games that, you know, it doesn't cost a lot. It's done by a... Oh wow, I apparently was just too early to dodge. But yeah, so it's done by like a... So to anybody that needs context, Lethal Company is a game. It's a horror game where the task is that you scavenge loot in space. You're like this kind of like a salvaging crew that scavenges, you know, old abandoned facilities for any valuable loot that they might have. And then there are like all types of monsters in there. And now, while technically this doesn't vary much from... Oh my god, I accidentally held down that. Marty also would jump on me. Apparently also were in my favorite one. So you work, technically you're a worker, you're an employee for a company that salvages, you know, stuff on different planets. Or like moons or something like that. Like you have this like a little cargo spaceship thing, and then there are different kind of monsters in the facility, completely abandoned, and you can pretty much die from anything. And the reason I think this is a fascinating thing is that people know. I mean, okay, maybe it's a bit early to talk about it. But because the game is only like a month old, but people are comparing it's not an unfair estimate to say that it's the next Among Us because it's actually that popular, and I think the Steam sales have actually exceeded. I'm not sure if this is true, so take this with a bit of grain with a grain of salt. But supposedly it has exceeded the sales of the new Call of Duty on Steam in value, and we're talking about a game that is God. No, copy sold. Not in value, because we're talking the Call of Duty games are like, is it 60 or 70 euros for the new one, Modern Warfare 3? I don't know because I don't actually play Call of Duty. But it's fascinating because it's like and because Lethal Company is done by a single person. It's completely done by a single person. It looks like that too, but like but that's not like judging games by their, you know, graphics or quality. I think gameplay, like, this is the thing. The gameplay in it is the thing that attracts people, because it's a simple, funny concept executed well. Because the emphasis is on teamwork. Like, you can't play, you know, alone pretty much. I think I don't know if you can play at all alone, but the idea is that since you're forced to play with people, the experience playing with people is wonderful, which is what makes it so popular, and why people love it. It's the same thing with Among Us. It's a simple concept. Anybody can get a hop aboard with it and oh my god, oh fuck, and do as they please with it. Like it's a learning. It has quite a learning experience supposedly. To like, but it's not like it's something that you need to like. You just jump into the game and you play it, and naturally the more you played it, the better you'll probably do because the better you know how to deal with different situations. And it's how this is related to this streaming topic is because like I'm gonna suspect that it's gonna be a game that people will be talking about for a long time. Especially because I mean, it's done by a single developer that supposedly still updates it, quite regularly and has technically infinite power in what they're gonna do with the game. Unless they completely fuck it up, I see very good future for the game. Now I don't know if it's ever gonna reach the Among Us fame, as in it's gonna be memed up to the point where there's a the point that we have reached with a bunch of people posting the crewmates twerking, clips, and I don't know what's up with that, but regardless, it's a very fun. It's one of those games that just has this like a very fun concept. Actually, the person that I've been watching the gameplay from even talked about this matter on the stream, because it's one of these like Gary's it has the same kind of charm as things like Gary's More Trouble in Terrorist Town, which is something that lasted for. Wow, I am playing terrible. Good God. I need to actually heal up a little. I can't afford to. I am a fucking idiot though, so it didn't matter. Okay, I actually need to take a breather because I think I'm still hyped up on the fact that I had that one really good run and I haven't calmed down properly yet. So I'm gonna actually start gathering my thoughts a little bit because I am making more mistakes now than I did on the last 3 streams combined. So, okay. Let me just take a moment. I'll just drink a little bit. I'm gonna calm down. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I think I'm good. There we go. So, there's something about like simple multiplayer games that give so much opportunity for like people, because like there's a lot of YouTubers and a lot of I mean, you could argue Minecraft is even like amongst these games that just has a very simple premise, but it doesn't matter because you can do so much in it, and you can technically the opportunities in that game are endless, which is why it's still such a popular game. It holds up after all these years. Oh my god, sorry, I don't think I'm getting my groove back on. I had that one so good. I had the best run thus far. I guess that's ironic that, I end up sabotaging myself after doing really well. Also, I really need to get my, thoughts in order. I'm really not focusing, because I'm also trying to think about what I'm gonna say next. And I'm just absolutely... I'm fucking coked up on adrenaline. That is everything. for clarity's sake, I don't do drugs. I'm actually on no medication whatsoever, and I'm not under any influence other than just, you know, the usual, you know, demons. And full beat. Okay, I brought up music, so I'm gonna go into music. I'm sorry for it. I'm sorry, everyone, that you're gonna suffer for this again, but this is just how it's gonna be. So, as I mentioned, my next game is gonna be Lords of the Fallen, a Souls-like game. Takes place in like a little bit of a messed up, you know, kingdom or something like that. I don't know. I like to leave. It's honest. My gaming experience, it has improved so much since I, you know, started playing games without actually any previous concept to them. Like Hollow Knight was such a journey when I had no clue what I was doing. And I certainly added a lot of time to the journey, and it still does. But also right now, the only reason I'm gonna take a gander and say that the only reason I'm right now playing Hollow Knight still is because of the fact that, well, okay, two reasons. Silk Song is not out yet. Copium. And I'm doing this the hardest way, the absolute hardest way. And I know that I am pretty confident I would have already been the Pure Vessel once at least, with, you know, without full bindings. But like, so Lords of the Fallen, I'm not supposed to get stuck on Hollow Knight, so I'm gonna try to avoid that topic. So Lord of the Lost is, to my understanding, like technically like a spiritual successor to Dark Souls games, which is funny because I'm gonna assume they're gonna be making our Dark Souls game soonish probably. It hasn't been that many years since the last DLC to, you know, Dark Souls 3 came out, and they've been, naturally we've had Sekiro, Elden Ring. Okay, yeah, it's because of Elden Ring that we haven't gotten any next Dark Souls game. I mean, Elden Ring technically is a Dark Souls game. It's just, you know, it's just a much happier setting, and anybody familiar with Elden Ring knows that that is a fucking grim setting as well. But so I don't know much about Lords of the Fallen. I know actually very little about Lords of the Fallen, and I kind of want to play it that way as well. I want to enjoy it in its total glory of getting my ass handed to me by every possible enemy. I'm gonna suffer so much, but I'm gonna enjoy the journey to make it to the end. I hope. If I can even run the game, honestly, because that is actually optimization on that has apparently been a bit problematic for some people, so we'll see. But it's still something that I want to play, and I'm gonna play on stream. And if I can't get it running on stream, then, well, I won't stream it, which would be unfortunate, but, you know, I'm gonna play it by myself and I'll talk about just how great the game is, and everyone's gonna feel so bad about not being able to see me play the game and die over and over and over again. But like, yeah, I no longer remember why I started this topic to begin with. But I think I'm satisfied enough to say, what was it I was talking about again? Am I satisfied with anything? I don't know. That's a good question. Now I feel like at this point I'm just avoiding the original discussion topic, because I'm scared that I won't be able to make it as comprehensive as, you know, I can, especially since I, you know, wasn't able to keep track of it to begin with. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited to, you know, play like, you know, new things. I'm completely blind, and on stream it's like streaming things just adds so much to it. Because honestly, like Dark Souls 2 is something I would have loved to have played first time on stream. But also, I have played 140 hours, and I don't think I want to do another game like, you know, Hollow Knight on stream. Due to the fact, oh, I mean, Lords of Fallen might end up being like that, because I don't know how long that game is. But I still don't know. Wonder what kind of absolutely crazy though limits I'm gonna put for myself while playing Lords of Fallen. But yeah, oh, actually, now I remember why I started talking about this. It's because I mentioned Volbeat, and so the way this all looped back to music is that back in, I don't know, was it 2017, 18, when I was playing Dark Souls 3. I had recently gotten I like to listen to music while playing that game because it's not really sound reliant, and while it has good music, like adventuring in it can feel a bit dull at times. So you know, I would, you know, put music of my own, and I would listen to specifically at the time that the Dark Souls 3 came out. I was really into Five Finger Death Punch. I still am, but I used to be as well. I have fond memories of absolutely suffering on swamps and, you know, dying over and over again to bosses while listening to I Got Your Six. It's Got Your Six album by Five Finger Death Punch. Now everybody can have their own opinion about Five Finger Death Punch. I know a lot of metal fans have problems with the band because it's not actually metal; it's the new metal. Sorry. And like, I mean, I don't think what you want about different genres. Like, and like I get that it's, for some people are metal purists that think that, you know, metal should be only how you know, how you know, Judas Priest and all that, you know, setting out to be at first. And like, everyone's entitled to that opinion. Like, I don't particularly, you know. Like, I'm not gonna judge somebody for disliking something, but I hope that people, you know, share the same sentiment towards other people that, you know, feel that like things that they don't like. Because we are all entitled to like the things we like. And I think it's, you know, terrible attitude to be like, oh, well, I mean, I don't like that. Why would I want to, you know? Like, why would anybody listen to this because I don't listen to it? Like, the fuck is up with that? It's such a, how would I say? It's a weirdly childish attitude that I only see in, you know, like, older people have. So it's kind of funny whenever that, like, I see people talk about, because it's like Five Finger Death Punch specifically. It's a band that splits people so much online. Only online. I've never met a person that would be like, I like metal, but I don't like Five Finger Death Punch. Like, it's like, I've met people that are like, well, I mean, yeah, it's fine. Like, it's decent. Actually, no, I have met a person. Actually, I have met people that. It's funny that there are actually people that I am very familiar with that actually have very different. Well, I don't know how much we should can I really say? Damn, I was one hit away. I could have made it with some blue shields on that, you know, or lifeblood. Heart. I don't remember what it's called anymore. Blue stuff. I could have survived with some blue stuff there. I probably can't survive this with this anyways with any blue stuff, so I don't know why I couldn't swing there. Okay, I'm starting to... I feel like my hands are starting to sweat and my faith in myself is starting to dwindle. Slowly, but very surely. Very surely. No, that'll be all Shirley. I don't know who Shirley is. I don't know a single person named Shirley. Well, also, it's not a really common name in this neighborhoods. I think. I don't know. Like, what am I? Some kind of name enthusiast? Kinda. Not really. No. But I do like, I like random tidbits of facts and, you know, statistics and like that. There's something really fun about them. Oh, fuck. Well, fuck. Oh, man. But yeah. So, I listened to a lot of Viking or Death Punch back when I was playing through Dark Souls 3. And I feel recent... Oh, fucking Christ. Okay, that was pretty funny. I've been recently listening to Viking or Death Punch again. So, I keep getting this... So, while I've been reading about Lords of Fallen, I've been getting flashbacks to, you know, my days of, you know, playing Dark Souls 3. And I know that I shouldn't expect the game to be exactly like it. No game ever, you know, is exactly like the other. Unless if it's a sequel, then it's a bad sequel, because you should not have... Why you sell the same game twice, but that's... But I'm not going into Call of Duty. And, I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting to happen there. What the fuck? Why did they roll away? But, yeah, so I guess I just, you know, I'm having a little bit of a nostalgia trip. I don't know why. It's just fun to think about times of future past. I think the actual line that I'm looking for there is Days of Future Past. And I think that's a book. I'm pretty sure that's a book. I have never read it, so I shouldn't be talking about it. Regardless, that is besides the point, as always. Everything I say is besides the point. Unless I am strictly on point, I will not be on point. I'll be far off point. Fuck. Sorry. I probably started to act up a little bit. Once again, dude, I biked a lot today, so... Oh, I mean, I didn't bike a lot today. I just haven't been biking recently, so... My body is like, what did you do to me? Why would you subject me to this horror? And, but anyways. So yeah. I think that's all I actually have to say about Lords of Fallen right now. And I'm gonna finally get into the topic that I've been meaning to talk about for, oh, so very long. So, as I was saying, Venom, gay. I don't know. I have still not gone around to watch any content about the new Spider-Man game. And I'm a bit disappointed in myself because I've been really meaning to. But it's been funny, you know, reading about people's opinion. So, but yeah, so there's a video which thumbnail, which is just Venom from the new Spider-Man game, with a, with the a bright flag as its background and gay written on a white front in the middle of it. And that is super funny. I can't describe it by words enough to probably express just how funny that image is on itself. Unfortunately, that image was originally used for, you know, as for a video that supposedly was complaining about how woke the new Spider-Man game is. And so I'm gonna do a little bit of recap now because it's been an hour since I started talking about this matter. And also, if anybody happens to skip into this part, magically happen to end up on this part on YouTube. It's fine that I do a recap. So for reasons that I'm not capable of even explaining, I ended up talking a lot about woke stuff, or specifically the anti-woke community outside of stream. So I figured what would be a better thing to do than to talk about it more on stream. Now, I know that there might be people that feel like anything, please talk about anything else than the same topic that you've been talking about all the time for like weeks. But the thing is, I just think that it's such an important topic that I can't quite get enough of it. And I don't think anybody should technically... Okay, that was a bad move by me. Wow, all three of these were on the ground level. Meaning it's the hardest possible one to punish. Wow. This guy could not have been harder. Okay, they could have been if they would have more that were online with my trajectory. I'm like... I'm not going there. Sorry, God. I'm so sorry. I should mute my microphone for that, but I just can't help it. My throat is just not what it used to be. I'm not the throat go anymore. I'm no longer the throat goat I used to be in my youth. I will claim stab. Refuse to elaborate. However, so yeah, I have a discussion about woke stuff, and I think it's just something that I, like as a topic, I think it's very important to, discuss about, because I don't think I will ever accept the fact that, well, I've heard people claim that like there would be something wrong about games catering towards, you know, LGBTQ communities, because it's not that. That's not the case. Just because we have pro-LGBTQ messages in games doesn't mean that they're particularly pandering or or that there's something wrong with that, or that, you know, people are doing that to, you know, with any sort of malicious intent. Naturally, you can't know. Corporations, for example, what Bright Month has shown us, corporations are oh so very eager to, you know, try to profit off whatever the fuck they want. But I don't think it's bad. I have said this many times. I don't think, right, you know, corporations going absolutely haywire on Pride Month with the whole rainbow flag thing is a bad thing. They're showing support to people that I personally think that can never get enough support from society. Because, you know, we have, like, it's nothing away from other people. Oh, fuck. Man, that was a good fucking run again. But, so it's bizarre to me that anybody would see anything negative about that. Like when we have, you know, LGBTQ people in a in our media, or like other, like any sort of minorities overall, because like this whole discussion, like, okay, like the best way for me to actually explain just how serious this matter is, as silly as it may sound, is that like these people, there are people that think it's ridiculous to have realistic looking women in video games. And I think that should be rather self-explanatory why that's a problem. Like, it's a problem that there are people that think that there's something wrong with having, you know, gay people or black people or trans people or, you know, like, you know, or like even like just like how would I say trans-positive language in a or like there are people that think that it's somehow bad to have inclusive use of language and, you know, like attitudes expressed in video games, and because, you know, the type of people that, you know, have problems with those, they're the hateful kind of people. They are, by gods, the fucking they're the worst of the worst. They are the kind of people that think that nobody else but them matters. And that is kind of how would I say? That is the kind of attitude that when you let it like grow and you give it space, it will absolutely ruin everything around it. Wow, this was very short run. I kind of got myself screwed over in there. I did a stupid move there and then got punished for it. That's I should. It was a stupid move. Oh man, sorry. I mean, the coming so much, but stand. 3. Okay. You're the boss. But yeah, it's like oh my god, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that either. Oh my god. Ah, god, fucking hold on. Okay, just let the high die and get the low back in. You made it very well. You've done very good. Good job spinning. You've been doing very good today. Don't let your failures make you feel insecure. It doesn't matter how many times you fail, doesn't matter how many times you fall. You're making progress. You're doing better every time you make it to the tail vessel. Even when you don't, you're doing fine. Your approach is right. You're trying. You're doing your best. Nobody can ask you anything more than that, and you don't need to feel stressed out about it. You have plenty. You have your rest of your life left to win this challenge. There's no rush. There's no hurry. There's just you, the game, and the occasional jet. We'll be fine. Always will be. Okay. Okay. Back at it. I hear Nobel. Nobel. I actually don't know who won the Nobel Prizes here. Like, any of the prizes. There's multiple, right? I think so. Isn't that kind of the idea? Man, that was close. I should know how many why it was. But, thank you, a cheeky bastard. Bye. But yeah, so, about the whole Woke stuff. Sorry, I got distracted. I got completely distracted. I didn't mean to go on a first self-pity train and then, you know, a self-pride train. Wow. Oh, I didn't have my iPhone there. Don't focus on the game. Focus on the talk. That's what you were born to do. Well, not really. Gaming is probably closer to what I was born to do. Yeah, nerd my whole life. A weak nerd, not a smart nerd. Big distinction. Big difference. Like, actually big difference. I didn't mean to say that. It's such a, like, big difference. Whatever. Anybody can be a nerd if they want to be. No. Speaking of inclusivity, yeah, anybody can be a nerd if they want to be. Nothing wrong about being a nerd. Nothing wrong about not being a nerd. And I think that's important. You know, actually, funny I mentioned that because that is weirdly connected to the whole, you know, inclusivity in video game thing. I have said this before, but I think it's so ironic. It's such a fucking short-sighted approach by a lot of these people. That they're like because one thing that fuels a lot of gamers specifically in hateful manner, like, you know, why there's so many communities about like racist gamers and, you know, misogynistic gamers and like that. One big reason is the fact that there was for a long time there was this, you know, concept that like gamers were nerds and they were treated badly and they were bullied and like that. And I know that like that's true. They like this thing is very true. People that considering it wasn't the common or the popular, you know, approach to life and like that. So many people that were, you know, were ostracized by the, you know, peers because of the fact that they, I'm not sure if I used the ostrich word right there, but I think I did. Because of the fact that they were different. And, so, like, now, I'm not the best person to talk about this matter, but I guess that, you know, somebody is left, you know, somebody endures a lot of, you know, mental, you know, torment or mental, when somebody needs to take a lot of mental toll on their mentality is the best way for me to phrase it, actually. It's gonna leave marks, it's gonna leave scars, and it's gonna, you know, it's gonna have a long impact. I've seen this firsthand, and, you know, while I personally have been lucky enough to, in my opinion, live a rather, you know, safe life, in the sense that I have not. Well, I mean, my life is a bit weird. As it should be. I mean, okay, I don't know. It doesn't. It's fine for life to be weird. Life sometimes is weird, but yeah, I've firsthand seen what trauma and like that can do to people, and I know just how difficult it is to work on that kind of things, and it's not easy to get in touch with yourself when these things happen. And like so I'm not blaming anybody that suffers from has had bad experiences and takes them out on others. Well, not in the sense that like I wouldn't understand it. I do judge it because it's not the right way to do it. It's not the right way for you to live. I mean, this is just my approach. It's the way I see things. And I might be wrong for all I know. And by admitting that I might be wrong. I lack confidence to the degree where I can't be sure if anything I say is ever right. But I'm also confident enough to know that it's fine. That it's fine to sometimes be wrong. I can say things that are wrong, and I'm confident enough in myself to admit that, as well as try to grow as a human being, and wow, that actually hit me. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm just screwing up. I'm just screwing up so bad. I haven't had this bad runs in such a long time. It's almost nostalgic. If it wasn't so sad. But yeah, I'm not supposed to talk about the game. Yeah. So like, I don't know. I don't need to go about. I'm not trying to arrest myself with some moral high horse on the matter. Okay, moral high horse is actually something that I have been meaning to bring up on stream so many times, but I never really had the opportunity. So I'm gonna do it now. So I'm gonna say a joke that I've been thinking about a long time, and I'm not sure. And I mean a long time, many months. Since like August or something like that. And so the joke is that like I don't consider myself to be riding any, I don't consider myself, and I don't try to ride any moral high horses. Instead, I would rather consider myself as riding a immoral low lizard. It's such a dumb thing to say, but there's something funny about the concept that like, what's the opposite of like, or like a immoral low warg, like in Lord of the Rings, the wolves that the orcs ride on, like a evil counterpart to horse. Oh, I mean horses can be too. Horses are people too, I guess. Except no. But yeah, that's besides the point. But yeah, so I feel what I was going for was the fact that like I understand that a lot of gamers probably have experienced some level of like, especially the people I'm meaning, the ones that are part of these toxic communities where like as they are now. I am gonna use a little bit of a stereotype here, but I think it's for not only is it through my own statistics or from my own experience that I've noticed online, but it's also for the because it literally is the easiest and the most common occurrence of such that that white men that have made video games their whole identity, which naturally is just as fine of a thing to do as, you know, making Friends your whole identity, or, you know, making How I Met Your Mother your whole identity, which I definitely have not done. So I feel that these people, these white men, are really into gaming. And a lot of the time, they're the ones that, you know, want to always be on top of, you know, newest, you know, kind of computers and graphics cards and, you know, everything like that. There's nothing wrong with that, because, like, you have a hobby, you should love it and enjoy it. Like, good God, I would too if I had, well, streaming. But I also, like I said, I am more than confident with what I'm doing right now, and I don't think I need anything more to it. Until something breaks, actually. But that's a worry for that time. So, so these people, these what many would consider, you know, nerds or gamers without having a G. They have this unfortunate habit.
Sorrow.
Wow, that did not do as much as I thought. Of considering that, since I'm gonna assume it's due to force of habit, kind of, that like that back in you know, when they go into the hobby, it was only people like them that, you know, like gaming, and only they were the ones that really understood gaming. So now when we have all sorts of people get into gaming, they find it weird. It's, one could argue, it's like a boomer attitude of kind, where like, oh, back in my days, you know, only nerds were, you know, playing video games. Nowadays, pretty much anybody can be playing video games, and I think first of all, it's a wonderful thing. But it's sort of a ironic situation when a lot of these people get so stuck in these ways that they will bully these different kinds of, you know, gamers, to the point of actually trying to drive them out of the these people don't believe that they have any that you know, people different from them they don't believe people different from them have any right to, you know, exist in their space. And the reason why I say it's ironic is because they're doing exactly what, you know, society was doing to them, like, some years ago. And this is like more of that, you know, violence breeds more violence kind of stuff that I absolutely love talking about, because there's something poetic about it in a really sad way. But in honesty, my favorite kind of poetry is the sad kind of poetry. Or then it's about dragons or shit. Alright, be sad dragons. Bad dragons. Man. Sorry, uncalled for and irrelevant. I think? Maybe? It's only irrelevant if I keep it irrelevant. Oh my god. I almost killed myself with that one. Oh my god. I need to stop talking about dragons. But especially that. But yeah. What's it? Yeah, so I think it's ironic that these people will, you know, they'll, you know, inflict their unresolved problems on other people, trying to make them feel as bad or even worse than they did. And a lot of the time, it just stems from complete lack of understanding. And like I've said many times, one of the main reasons why a lot of, young men get involved in the whole, very hateful, side of internet is because sometimes they're the only ones that are trying to reach them. Like, because they're easy prey. Like, they're, like I've said this many times, and I'm gonna keep saying this many times because I think it's a very important matter that, because as much as I love talking about trans, rights for women, rights for gay people, I think it's also important to just, remember that just because some people have more widely accepted rights doesn't mean that those rights should, somehow be, considered any less important than anybody else's. We're all people. I think that's the most important. I think that should be the most important takeaway of anything. That you shouldn't, nobody should be abandoned, no matter who you are, where you're from, doesn't matter who you are at all. Nobody should be abandoned. And with white men, specifically, young white men, there's a high chance that they will be, due to, the concept of, another ironic thing, due to the concept of toxic masculinity, attitudes, they will oftentimes be forgotten by society because, it's nobody chooses. Oh my god, am I actually this bad? I am. Nobody chooses to be that way. Or, okay, there are people that choose to be that way. There are people that choose to be toxic on purpose because it's for their own benefit. But these are the grifters, these are the Andrew Tates, these are the, horrible, horrible people that lie to you, saying just how great it is to be an asshole. Because, the world is cruel and, you need to survive and you need to be tougher than that. And it's such a... I don't know if I can begin to explain just how terrible these kind of attitudes are for people, impressionable young people to, encounter. And, now naturally, I'm not professional in the matter. Once again, I should point out that I'm not professional in the matter. All I know is that, not only have I been, on the internet for a good while, and I've seen a lot of different kind of people. I've been part of a lot of gaming communities. And, well, I've read through, not really interacted much myself, and that probably has been a bit of some kind of a, good thing for me to, fall so easily into any rabbit holes. Because I don't want to interact with things really much. I'd rather be in my own lonesome and, study people from afar, I guess. That sounds weird, but that's kind of how I am. I mean, weird is a very good description. Because it's fascinating for me to, I try to, before I would even dare thinking about infiltrating any culture, I would naturally need to know as much about it as I possibly can. So I would understand how people behave, so I wouldn't hurt anybody. So, so I could be like anybody else. In that culture, if I want to do that. And also, with over time, I naturally understood that not every culture is worth joining. While we are all, human is a herd animal, doesn't mean that, we need to take part in any possible herd that we believe we can. We need to choose our, we need to be able to pick where we stand and if what we stand for is right or not. Because if we don't, we're gonna, you know, get caught in a either fall victims to a horrible mob mentalities that will cause harm to either ourselves or to other people that don't deserve it. And for that reason, I think it's important that we always stay well aware of ourselves and the people around us. Like, pay actual attention to like who we are, what we do, and what we stand for. It's not always. I need to take a drink, so I'm just gonna pause that thought for a moment. I think that's good enough. Yeah, so as I was saying, like, there's so much, like, we need, like, people need to know, like, okay, now I'm not anybody to say who needs to know and what, or who needs to do and what. Like, people are their own masters and everybody should decide their own fate. All I'm saying mostly is just, I just wish that people would, you know, be kind and loving to one another. I think everybody deserves that. And, I think it's terrible to, you know, think that. It's terrible to assume that anybody would be fine without having any reason to think so. Because that is how you end up in a situation with people that really need help not getting help. When you just think that, like, oh, yeah, I mean, like, fuck, man, oh my god, fuck, those swings are really difficult. Oh man, god, I don't have a whole lot of time left, but I kind of want to keep going for a little bit longer. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the dog's food ready already now, so he'll eat, and then, you know, I'll go for like one more run. I'll feed him in the middle, because it should take me about 10 minutes to beat the white defender, and then I'll either call it a day when that run ends, or I need a moment. I am like, god. It's surprisingly difficult to stay on topic, stay like on point. Like I really want to keep talking about this. I know I've said the same things a lot of the times, and I don't know I'm gonna keep saying them over again. But I just think that there are things that are really fascinating for me to talk about and think about, and like I said, I don't think these are things that you can ever say too much about, or you can ever, you know, bring up too many times. Because I think everybody deserves the chance for understanding, for, you know, how would I say? I just think that, you know, it's important to talk about these things, even if it's over and over again. And specifically right now, I haven't even got into the whole meat of the topic yet, as one could say. That I don't think I should have said that. But the idea is that I, like, yeah. Okay, for me to you know, quickly wrap up this topic of, you know, like, you know, impressionable youth and like that. I mean, like also I shouldn't say that it's only for men that are impressionable. Everybody is impressionable in their youth, and it's just that men unfortunately have a higher chance of being directed towards hateful content because because of the whole toxic masculinity culture, where like somehow it's expected that men are emotionless, brutal, strong, and the best. They need to always be the best. That every man needs to be the best. Every man needs to be the best man. And actually, you can already even see that. Like, well, I mean, that's not possible. Like, if everyone tries to be the best, like somebody's always gonna be the best. So, what's gonna happen to all the ones that fail? What's gonna happen to like that creates an imbalance in life. And as a society, I think we should try to aim for a situation where everyone's equal. Like, so yeah, I think that's as much as I'm gonna go about that. I have had multiple other streams where I talked about these matters beforehand. I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I'm gonna get to the actual topic that I've been meaning to talk about. And I'm gonna do 1 or 2 more runs. It's gonna be a day. I have many things I need to do. For example, I actually need to. I have let's just say I had 3 months of school to catch up in a day. Or actually, let's say next 2 hours. So I'll see how that works. But right now I need to take I'm gonna go, make sure the dog is well fed and happy. I hope that he is happy. Alright, I'm back. I just realized I let Timothy floor and so the second run wild while I was passed out on the floor. I hope that he didn't do any irreparable damage while I was gone, but boys will be boys. Which, ironically, wow, is actually another aspect of the whole toxic. It can be attributed to the concept of toxic masculinity, where it's expected for boys to behave a specific way or the other. But I don't like. The thing is, I'm not. Like my sister is a person that has studied a lot of gender studies and like that. So I don't particularly know much about these things. And like overall, I'm an uneducated fool. So I shouldn't really talk about too much things. But so I'm gonna try to stay on topic. And bastard actually dodged my thing. The main topic that I want be wanting to talk about is the whole woke culture, and especially the implications of it, the applications of it, and how it's prevalent in today's society, and what it really means, how people see it, and what they should probably, you know, like, I'm not trying to preach to anybody. This is, by the way, not like, I don't think that anybody that is gonna be listening is particularly in need of, you know, hearing this. It's just something that I want to, this is something that I was honestly so excited while I was preparing, oh wow, while I was preparing for the stream a week ago. Like, I was so ready to go the extra mile for this topic. I really wanted to do like PowerPoint presentations and like that. Wow, that was bad. Well, how long was that? No, I can go for one. Yeah, I can go for one trip. The fuck? Man. Sorry, I started like looking at the clock and I was like, how long did it take for me to actually get the food ready? Because I need to beat the clock as much as time. Well, it's not that accurate. It's more like I need to somehow try to time this right. But like, shit, what was I saying? Yeah, I was so excited to talk about this topic properly on stream that I was actually, it's funny because like, as I said, I am completely uneducated on the matter. So it's not like I know anything about anything profound or worthwhile that I can really say about it. But it's still something that I want to, like, something that I'm passionate and okay, how would I say? I'm gonna talk about it. I want to talk about it with the same, you know, passion as a 14-year-old, you know, teen. Well, 14-year-olds are gonna be teens. 14-year-old teen will talk about a historical event that they have just learned something about, and they will get all the facts absolutely wrong, but they are still so excited about it. That is how I would describe myself a lot, you know, when I talk about things. Like, I don't know how right I am about things, and I normally try to be upfront about the matter. I can't be wrong. I am wrong a lot of the time, especially when it comes to facts and like that. But regardless, I was so fucking excited when I had the idea that, okay, like, I could actually make this into, like, I could actually prepare an entire stream about this topic. And it only dawned on me when I started doing the research that I know nothing about this. I know nothing outside of the things I have already said. So what should I read about? Well, I didn't really find much, which was a problem. But I found enough that I can keep talking about it more and more. Because, so, one of the main points that I wanted to focus on, where that, for example, about woke, I think it's important that people understand that it technically is a dog whistle. It is a racist, homophobic, or a transphobic. Overall, is a hateful dog whistle when used by a used by the people that are, you know, that normally bring it up. So these are gamers. These are racist and hateful gamers. And overall, I know this has been, it has been adopted by a lot of American politicians, especially very extreme, extremely, you know, dangerously leaning, you know, like very extremist believers in the American politics have, you know, adopted this, have adopted the concept of woke into, you know, their, you know, campaigning and like that, which is something that I could talk about as a topic of its own, but that would require me to get into American politics. I'm not American. I don't quite know a whole lot about the matter, so I shouldn't talk about it without proper and properly preparing for the fact. But if anybody is familiar with, you know, DeSantis and his policies, you know, that should be already pretty much all the information you really need for the matter. And yeah, if that says anything, you know. First of all, I'm sorry that you need to know, and I really hope that, you know, things take a turn for the better in the American political scene. Though I'm not particularly hopeful about that. Well, that was unfortunate. Why are you doing it like that? God damn. But like, yeah, the yeah, so woke is oftentimes people refer to things being woke when they're inclusive, when they have, you know, people of color, people of, you know, different sexual, you know, shit, what's it called? Sexual preferences, and like that. When these people are involved in a are present in media, the media will get labeled as woke amongst these, you know, very hateful people. And it's also strange because not all of it is. There are occasions where there are like reviews on Steam or on different sites where the person is like, they seem so fucking genuine about the whole concept of like, oh, I do hope that this game's not woke, right? Like, it's like it would be absolutely, it would shatter their fucking reality if this game, if whatever piece of media that they're, you know, trying to consume would be woke. And that's something that blows my mind, that there are people that, like, it seems that there are people that are actually really worried about the matter. Like, people have adopted that into such a big, made it into such a massive part of their life, and they need to actively worry, like, what kind of, you know, very inconsequential political views media might have. Like, I personally don't think that it makes any difference if a character in a video game is gay or black or, you know, trans or supportive of these ideas either. I don't think that has any impact on the quality of the game, on the quality of the writing or like that. A wise person once said that, for example, with like writing women, should be done so that like, you first write a character, you first write a good character, and then you make them into a woman. That's how you write a very good, you know, female character. Because like, and that's how you should do characters to begin with. They should not be defined by gender or, you know, race or like that. They should be defined by their character traits. Like, a good character is a good character no matter what they are like. I'm gonna go feed the dog right now, and I'll be back to talk more about this pattern in just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back now. But yeah, so shit, what was I going on about? Yeah, characters and how people hate the fact that we're anything's different than they are. So like all these things, you know, all this concept of like, you know, oh, minorities in, you know, media make the media worse, are nothing but just they're bullshit. And I don't think, like, it's not a I don't think it's a I don't think it makes sense when people blame a character being bad because, or like, when people for some reason get really upset at, like, okay, this is actually not so much not exactly the same thing as I was talking about earlier, but it's related enough because I've been seeing this a lot, especially in Apex Legends, you know, communities. Because they've been releasing new shorts to continue the story that has been going on now for a few years, and an essential character is called Loba, who's just, you know, she's like a master thief. Like, she has literal tools to, you know, slip into pretty much any, you know, to technically steal anything. And now she has a tragic past. She lost her parents in a psychotic, you know, killer robot. And she swears vengeance on that psychotic killer robot. I'm not gonna go too much into detail in this because it's a long story, actually. I can someday talk about this if anybody's interested, but right now I don't think it's that essential. But the idea is that so the story's been like, so the story is that Loba has been on the verge of getting revenge on the psychotic killer robot. Not in a way that one would think that of killing them, but actually quite the opposite. Well, like I said, I'm not gonna go too much into detail. And by doing this, by being driven by vengeance and, you know, lust for vengeance and, you know, technically blinded by wrath and, you know, loss, she has managed to, you know, start to push all people that are dear to her away from her.
They are mine.
Because all she wants is, you know, is vengeance. And personally, I think that this, like, she as a character is a bit annoying. She's, or like, or is like a bit dislikable. Because of the fact that she literally suffers from trauma and, you know, like, it's clearly, like, is actively doing harm to her friends and loved ones because she cannot let go. Which, in my opinion, is wonderful writing. I think it's honestly really good. So I'm not judging the character for being well written, for being good. I get that the story has been dragged on a little bit too long, in my opinion, considering it's a game about the characters in the game all have their own stories. So focusing on a single one is a bit, focusing on a couple is a bit silly in a way. But I don't really blame it because it's also, you know, honestly, it's probably my favorite story. The whole kill code that, you know, is about the reasons, you know, finale on 5th of December, I think. Or that's when they're gonna continue it, at least. But so it's so how would I say? So I find it weird how the Apex community is complaining about how terrible a character Loba is, because she's got nuances, while they're all fanboying over the killer robot. Like, I don't normally take sides in this thing, but it's just that I find it funny that there's so many people that actually, first of all, they complain about something that, while they have every right to feel that, you know, like, oh, if they don't like the character, that's fine. Yeah, it's, you know, they don't like the character, cool, like, fair enough. But when you start, when you're being inconsistent with your views, like, oh yeah, but the killer robot is so much, you know, cooler, and like, yeah, they're a messed up, you know, individual that is literally incapable of, you know, like, they have no redeeming qualities. Like, they're cool because they're evil. Loba is not cool because, you know, she's not kind or like that. It's strange when, like, people nitpick weird things about, like, like there's this wonderful post about how, like, oftentimes in media, women characters are like, women in media oftentimes have this weird contrast in the way that they're viewed, and it's really strange when you see it in real life, because I have seen countless of screenshots or Tumblr posts about the exact same pattern, and then I even saw somebody make that very image in this context. Like, somebody actually made the very post of, like, a comparing Loba and Revenant to one another, like, in the same fashion that people consider Loba to be annoying and, you know, bad character because she has flaws, while Revenant, a psychotic robot that literally only wants to kill people and die himself, is a relatable, cool, you know, relatable, mysterious, and cool, you know, and misunderstood specifically character. And, like, I think it's such a funny thing to say, because I think they're both really cool characters, and they're both, you know, in my opinion, well written. Like, while Apex Legends might be nothing more than just a cash grab, you know, game to sell, you know, overly way overpriced, you know, cosmetics, the amount of writing that actually went into the characters in it is actually really, has always been solid. Except for Vantage, but that's mostly because I don't know what the fuck they were even planning. It's a fun concept to have, like, a person that has not really grown in civilization, then, you know, enter civilization with all new technology and like that. Especially since it's a sci-fi, you know, universe where, you know, like, space travel is possible and you literally have all these robots and like that. You know, quite basic fantasy setting. So for anybody that needs any context to that, is, you know, Apex Legends takes place in, you know, a Titanfall universe, and Titanfall is a game that I have talked countless and countless of hours of, because I think it's a really cool setting. I just like sci-fi. That's my cross to bear. And I will gladly be nailed on that cross. And I don't care is it Jar Jar Binks or, you know, who that nails me on it. I'm probably gonna retract that statement eventually, but not yet. Nah, why bother? It's not that weird thing to say. It's a bit weird thing to say. I was wrong. It was a weird thing to say. But yeah. So the way this actually relates, I kind of got off track. Sorry about that. Is that I think that there's this weird people are so very eager to hate on, you know, women in media and like other, you know, like other kind of characters that are not directly relatable by the you know, stereotypical, you know, basement dweller. Sorry, that's a bit of a rude thing to say, but also it's not wrong. So, you know, it actually delivers the point surprisingly well, so I don't feel that bad about it. Especially because I mean, especially with the basement dweller, I mean people that are just hateful and, you know, lonely, and they, you know, they deflect that, you know, loneliness, and they deflect those negative emotions to, you know, people that don't deserve it. Oh my god, are you kidding me with this? I see. This was a doom. This run was doomed from the get-go. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not winning this. The game was rigged from the start. Okay, I have a cat at my feet right now, asking for petsies. I cannot give petsies right now. I'm sorry, cat. I let you down so many times, but please do not pull the cord. I'm gonna ask you one time. Don't pull the cord. Don't pull the plug on me yet, son. I have still so much to teach you. Okay, you know, since I mentioned that, I should probably specify that I don't particularly like the whole fur baby culture. Is a bit weird to me, even as a pet owner that dearly loves, you know, animals. But like, it's, please cat, don't, like, it's still like the degree that some people take it is, yeah, a bit weird in my opinion. But I don't judge. Why would I judge? Honestly, judging people is not cool. Unless it's something harmful and, you know, hateful and, you know, what I've been talking about now. But yeah, oh boy, he's back. But oh man. Oh fucking god, sorry, I lost my focus. Completely lost my focus. God, man. I'm sorry, cat. I need to close the door. Like, even if I have absolutely no reason to, I need to close the door now, because I need to close the door for next time. I can't have the cat come, you know, whine scratchies and get to my lap and push my chair around. Like, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. That was completely my bad. I lost my cool. I lost my focus. So, and I failed because of that. But I apparently can't trust him enough to, you know, not come as, like, I need absolute focus for that. Or I need to achieve like a Zen mindset for that, and I can't do that if I need to, you know, if somebody keeps pushing against my leg and, you know, trying to climb into my lap. So, and he's back again. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Just knock yourself out, I guess. But, man, God, I got so close. So close, twice. So close. Oh, man. If I would have just been a bit better, smarter, stronger, I would have done it. I know I could, but I now know what awaits me, even unless there's another second phase, which is possible. But yeah. Damn. It's just funny. Like, thank you. I guess I never really got to the point I was trying to make, but that it's just better that way because I guess I have something to talk about tomorrow. I gotta keep going on about the whole woke stuff, and I'm trying to actually get my yeah, because I was okay. In case I don't remember it myself tomorrow. Okay, no. I'm not gonna ask anyone to remind me because that's not how that works. That's not how this is supposed to work at all. So yeah, sorry. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to remember to do that. But yeah, yeah, I was supposed to talk about cancel culture and like that because I have things I need to say about that because bottom line is it's ridiculous that people are talking about it. I think it's ridiculous that people say that it's real because while now I don't recall saying that I wish to be nailed by Jar Jar Binks. It's more like there's no way out of this, is there? I don't think there is. I'm just Okay, yeah. I that's the best save I can do, so I might as well not try. So you got me on that. Okay, but apparently the cat is in desperate need of attention right now. I'm gonna assume he's either out of food or then just. Well, actually, he's out of food. I know it. That's what he always is. I mean, I did give him. God, this cat needs to lose weight, and I don't know how I can do that. He's just too adorable when he begs for it. Yeah, just too adorable. But yeah. I'm gonna leave the rest of the ramblings for tomorrow. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep trying until I succeed. There's nothing that's gonna stop me from finishing this pantheon for as long as I live. Yeah, I think that's a promise I can make. That's a realistic promise. But anyways, I have so much schoolwork that I need to do, and so little time to do that. So I'm gonna head off to do that, and next time I'll be heard of. It's either I did the schoolwork or then I gave up on it, and I need to pay the consequences for that. But I'm gonna try anyways, because after all, effort is all that matters. Well, no, it's also the progress that matters. But okay, the cat's really demanding right now, and he's gonna first eat my mouse. He's gonna then eat my controller, and then he's probably gonna eat me, like starting from my toes probably. And I kind of need those for walking, I think, if I remember right. And I need those. People need those for balance, I think, because they give like a little bit of grip and they like balance out. You can distribute your. I am talking about the most worthless stuff right now. I'm so sorry. I'll make sure that this will happen again. Well, okay, no, I will not try to make sure of it. I know for a fact that it's gonna happen again. So, bye, Z's.